Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing every trade in the trade period for this year, so 2021. The time I'm filming this it's 7:45, so the trade period just ended 15 minutes ago. And I guess without further ado, we'll get into it. So, the last trade of the 2021 trade period it was Peter Ladhams to Sydney, and Sydney receives Peter Ladhams and a first round pick, currently pick number 16. Port Adelaide receives a first round pick, currently number 12, that's a pretty good pick, and a future third round selection. So I'm pretty sure if it's a future pick, it means in the future when Sydney get it, like Port Adelaide get it, one of the Sydney's picks. I think that's what it means. Anyways, Max Lynch to Hawthorn, so I go for Collingwood. I think this was a pretty good trade for us. We didn't really need Max Lynch because although he was a pretty good player when he played, but we've got Darcy Cameron. I'm pretty sure that Kruger's pretty tall, who we got too. So Hawthorn receives Max Lynch, a future third round selection tied to Fremantle, and a future fourth round selection tied to Gold Coast. And my beloved Collingwood Magpies receive 2 future third round picks, one tied to Brisbane. So I think that's not a bad trade for the Pies, and I think we've done really well in this trade period. Anyways, Jordan Clark to Fremantle. These were all the pretty late trades. Fremantle receives Jordan Clark and a future fourth round selection, and Geelong receives a second round pick, currently pick 22, and a future third round selection tied to Carlton. I said Carlton weirdly then, I don't know. Anyways, Jonathan Segler to Geelong. So these 3 trades here, Geelong have been, in them. Anyways, Jonathan Segler to Geelong. Geelong receives Jonathan Segler and a future fourth round selection. Hawthorn receives a future third round selection tied to Brisbane. There's been a lot of these selections tied to Brisbane. But anyways, I guess that's what it is. Alright. The next one is Darcy Fort to Brisbane. So I don't think he's played a game for Geelong and he has gone to Brisbane. So I don't know what happened to Mason Cox, but I forgot to mention I'm doing the free agents as well. So Brisbane receives Darcy Fort and a third round pick, currently 41. Geelong receives a third round pick, currently 50, and a future third round selection. And now Jordan Dawson to Adelaide. So Adelaide receives Jordan Dawson. Sydney receives a future first round selection tied to Melbourne. So, yeah. Sorry about that, just had to get a drink. Right, now this trade, I think, was a very good pickup for Collingwood. So, Patrick Lipinski to Collingwood. Collingwood receives Patrick Lipinski. Bulldogs receive a third round pick, currently pick 43. So, I think that's a bargain for Collingwood. I haven't seen much Lipinski play, but I've heard he's pretty good. So I think that is a good trade for us. And I've just got a notification. Average Aussie Sports, Episode 1, Real Cricket League Premier. I cannot speak. Episode 1, Real Cricket Premier League. Well, if you haven't checked out that video, go and do it, because this video should be at, I think, 11 tomorrow, but I'll be at school, and so will James, so yeah. Anyways, I can get rid of this notification. Sorry, George, I'll watch it after this. Robbie Tarrant to Richmond, and Callum Coleman-Jones to North Melbourne. Richmond receives Robbie Tarrant, a third round pick, currently number 40, and a future second round selection, so not bad. North Melbourne receives Callum Coleman-Jones, 2 third round picks, currently 42 and 47, and a future fourth round selection. So Richmond, they've lost, I don't know what they're really doing. They've lost Chol and Coleman Jones. If you're a Richmond fan, you might, I don't know, something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so Coleman Jones has gone to North, which he's not bad. I reckon he might be a good pickup. Moving on to, this was a 3-way trade. I don't really get these, like, 3-way trade, 4-way trade things. I don't know. Anyways, so Lewis Young to Carlton, Sam Petreski-Seton to West Coast. So, Carlton receives a Lewis Young, West Coast receives Sam Petreski-Seton, and Bulldogs receive a 3rd round pick, currently number 52. So I think what it is Carlton give Petreski-Seton to West Coast. West Coast give pick number 52 to Bulldogs. And Bulldogs give Lewis Young to Carlton. I think that's how it works. I don't know. The next one is Tim O'Brien to the Bulldogs. And Western Bulldogs signed Tim O'Brien as an unrestricted free agent. So Tim O'Brien, he almost won Mark of the Year this year. I haven't watched much of him, but I think he's not too bad. Now, this is arguably, okay. Anyways, I can't speak today. Carlton, one of the biggest trades from the 2021 trade period. Carlton receives Adam Chera. It was pretty, yeah, that trade was pretty likely to happen. And Fremantle receives a 1st round pick, currently number 6, and a future 3rd round selection. So, yeah. Right. Another Fremantle trade here. So I think Chera will be a good pickup for, what's their name? Carlton? Cowtown. And, yeah, he's a good player. He should fit in well with their midfield. Will Brodie to Fremantle. Fremantle receives Will Brodie, a 2nd round pick, currently 19, so that's a pretty good pick, and 2 4th round picks, currently 61 and 69. And so a few picks there for Freo and Will Brodie, so I think that's a pretty good trade for them. Gold Coast receives a future 2nd round selection and a future 4th round selection. So, yeah, I think that's a good trade for Freo. I don't really understand the future trades that much. Pick swap with Pies and Dockers. So, Fremantle receives a 2nd round pick, currently 22. Collingwood receives a 2nd round pick, currently 27, and a future 3rd round selection. I think we've done well in this trade period. Not that I know much about the trades and stuff, like how it works. I feel like we've done well. Got a lot of picks. Now, is this the 4-way trade? It is. So, pick swap D's into the... So, this is the 4-way trade between Melbourne, Bulldogs, Adelaide and St Kilda. So, Melbourne receives a 1st round pick, currently number 17. Melbourne receives a 2nd round pick, currently 37. Melbourne receives a 1st round pick, currently number 17, from the Bulldogs. Melbourne receives a 2nd round pick, currently number 37, from Adelaide. Melbourne receives a 3rd round pick, currently 49, from St Kilda. Western Bulldogs receive a 2nd round pick, currently number 23, and a 3rd round pick, currently 44, from Adelaide. Bulldogs receive a 3rd round pick, currently 45, from Melbourne. Adelaide receives a 2nd round pick, currently number 33, and a future 1st round selection. Adelaide receives a 4th round pick, currently number 75. St Kilda receives two 4th round picks currently number 62 and 66, and a future 4th round selection. So, that's the 4-way trade. Yeah, that's the 4-way trade. Right, Luke Dunstan to Melbourne. So obviously, St Kilda didn't want to offer him a contract, and Melbourne signs Luke Dunstan as an unrestricted free agent from St Kilda. So Jeremy Finlayson to Port Adelaide. I didn't even know Jeremy Finlayson was moving anywhere. I actually thought he had a contract, but well. Anyways, Port Adelaide receives Jeremy Finlayson from obviously from the Giants, and GWS receive future 3rd round selection. So I think that's a pretty good win for Port Adelaide. Hang on, there we go. And next one is the Nathan Kruger trade to the Pies. I reckon this is a pretty good trade for us. Right. So Collingwood receive Nathan Kruger and a 3rd round pick, currently 55. And all Geelonga is a 3rd round pick, currently 41. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is a good trade for the Pies. Right. Pick swap between the Pies again. How many trades have the Pies been in? And Gold Coast. Collingwood receives a 2nd round pick, currently number 22. 2 3rd round picks, currently 46 and 58. A 5th round pick, currently 79, and a future 4th round selection. So, yeah. Now, Gold Coast receive a future 2nd round selection, a future 3rd round selection, a future 4th round selection. So, selection, future, everywhere. Anyways, that is the Collingwood Gold Coast trade, which I think is another good one for Collingwood. Don't really know. Anyways, George Hewitt to Carlton. Carlton signs George Hewitt as a restricted free agent. Sydney receives an end of 2nd round. Someone's out the front beeping their horn. Who is this? Hang on, I'll be back. Sorry about that. My grandparents popped in their car and said hello, because they're staying over in an apartment near where we live, so they popped in. Anyways, George Hewitt to Carlton. Carlton signs George Hewitt as a restricted free agent. Sydney receives an end of 2nd round compensation pick, currently number 39. Another thing I can't speak. I don't know. Sorry about that. Just needed a break to go. Anyways, maybe your child to Gold Coast. Oh God, Gold Coast. Gold Coast signs maybe your child as an unrestricted free agent. Richmond receives an end of 2nd round compensation pick, currently number 38. I doubt I pronounced that correctly. So I think that's a pretty good trade for Gold Coast. Maybe your child, he has potential. I reckon he could be a good player, but you never know. So now this is the last one. Jake Kelly to Essendon. Essendon signs Jake Kelly as an unrestricted free agent. Adelaide receives a 3rd round compensation pick, currently number 42. So that's, I think that is it. Let me just make sure there is none that I have missed. No free agents. Nope. That is all from the 2021 trade period. Comment down below what you think the biggest trade was. So Bobby Hill didn't end up going to Essendon. It was I think the Pies probably did the best, I reckon. Or Carlton did alright. And that's basically all I have to say. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And as I said earlier in the video, me and James won't be on the premiere, which I think I'll premiere for 11 o'clock on the 14th. Yep, 14th of October. So that's tomorrow. But when you'll see this, you'll be watching this for my tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you watched the whole video, comment butterfly plus some cheese. Comment butterfly plus some cheese. There you go. So, yep. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.